Hey everyone, it's Green-Eyed Guide. This morning I gave a short demonstration for the We Connect networking community here in Wisconsin. I recorded that session, so if you weren't able to attend or if you're not in Wisconsin, you can watch that demo here. Before that, I want to say there are 3 ways you can help me. Step 1, you can subscribe to the Caffeine at Midnight podcast. Option 2, you can purchase your own copy of my book, How to Get Shit Done When You Feel Like Shit. And option 3, you can share this short demonstration with anyone you feel might be interested in hiring me as a speaker for a workshop on beating burnout with caffeine science. And without further ado, here is that demo. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. All right, everyone. Here we go. So I'm Danielle, better known as Green-Eyed Guide. I guide people through the world of caffeine and beating burnout. In other words, I help people beat burnout with caffeine science. And to best demonstrate what I do, I thought we would play a little choose your own adventure game today. So I'm going to give you some options and you can shout out what you think we should do. Now, this isn't real life. You're only going to have 2 options. So even though you might do something other than the options I'm giving you, options are limited in this game. So step number 1, you wake up. Congratulations, you're awake. All right. Here, let me put this over here so everyone can see. So that is step 1.
You might want to take your mask off.
Yeah, I'll do that. Just wanted to be
I know.
careful because I'll be walking around, so I'll be next to everyone. All right, so you're awake. Now, here's your first decision. Do you take a shower or do you get coffee? Shout it out. What do you do?
Coffee.
Shower first.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Absolutely.
All right.
Coffee in the shower.
Yes.
I start the coffee and get in the shower.
Before the shower, in the shower, after shower.
Yes.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
Multitasking. All right. So we're getting coffee. All right. So you got your coffee, you took your shower, you got your makeup on, you did your hair, you got dressed, you did all the things you need to do, and then you're ready to get to work. So that's the next step. Whether it's actually physically going into work or just sitting in your designated working space where you're working virtually, you're ready to get to work.
Coffee.
Great. And along comes chaos. This is not a normal day. This is a chaotic day. People are falling through the ceiling during home inspections. People are cracking knuckles in front of you. There's a brand new computer virus that's destroying everything. Dogs are fighting. It's a chaotic day, okay?
Dogs are fighting over the beer.
Yes. So here comes the chaos. All right, your next decision. Do you dive right in and roll up your sleeves, get ready to battle the chaos, or do you take a break, get water, or go for a walk? So dive in. Dive in. Right, we're being realistic here. I like it. Dive right in. All right. Now, this is one of those days where you look at the clock and you think, crap, it's 3 o'clock. I've been working nonstop since 10 a.m. and it's 3 p.m. already. Where did this day go? So here comes your 3 p.m. slump. All right, now, how do you handle this 3 p.m. slump? Coffee or social media?
Coffee.
Now.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. That wasn't
Not an option for
Social media while coffee drink.
Yes.
I've got to pick
Coffee.
one.
Coffee.
All right,
There's a theme here.
there's a theme.
I can't do coffee at 3. I won't sleep.
Oh no.
Don't beat me to the punch there,
Oh,
Becca.
sorry.
Ah.
No, it's okay. All right, and so on. So we've reached the end of the workday. For some of you with young kids, or some of you with a side hustle, your day is just beginning. So I'm going to move this little chaos thing over here because, you know,
It follows us everywhere.
it follows you everywhere. Yeah, just because it's 5 o'clock doesn't mean the chaos stops, right?
That's what my
Yes.
craziest what's working.
So this is an example of a typical day. You make thousands of decisions throughout the day. Some of them are very tiny, but some of those tiny decisions can have a big effect on your physical health and your mental health. So I've highlighted 3 of these decisions here, and I'm going to demonstrate how those tiny decisions can have a cascading effect throughout the rest of your day. The first decision we made was shower versus coffee. So there's something called a cortisol awakening response, which is basically this domino effect of hormones in your body when you wake up. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to shovel snow off your driveway and you turn around and you're like, I've been out here for 30 minutes and it looks like I did nothing,
Yeah.
right?
Yesterday.
Right, yes,
Drifting
yes.
snow.
Oh,
So that's what happens when you have caffeine within the first hour of waking up. It doesn't actually work because your body is doing all this hormonal stuff to make you alert. So drinking caffeine, whether it's coffee or an energy drink, tea, whatever, drinking caffeine within the very first hour of waking up means your caffeine won't affect you. It's like shoveling that snow. You won't feel it. It's a muted effect. So your tip number 1, if you can wait an hour before you have caffeine, it will actually feel stronger. It will affect you more. So what I used to do when I worked in a bar and would wake up exhausted, like I was so tired it was painful, right? My eyes are heavy, my body feels like it's made of sand. I almost feel nauseous because I'm so tired. I would crack open my energy drink, hear the bubbles, take a sip or 2, and then put it down. And then I would get my shower, I'd put on my clothes, my makeup, do my hair, all that stuff. So the placebo effect is so strong when it comes to caffeine. I mean, so strong, we're talking that people that take exams in rooms that smell like coffee do better than people that take exams in normal smelling rooms. The placebo effect with caffeine is so strong that you want to take advantage of that. So if you can wait to have your caffeine, wait an hour, it will feel stronger and it will help the rest of your day. That's tip number 1. Let's talk about decision number 2. Dive right into the chaos or take a break, get water, go for a walk. Speaking of cortisol, cortisol is the stress hormone. And Dr. Loretta Bruning, which is the founder of the Inner Mammal Institute, says that our brain prioritizes bad feelings. When you're feeling stressed out, when the poop hits the fan at work, if you dive right in, you will be so stressed out because of the cortisol, you'll actually mentally be running in circles. So if you took a short break, whether it's 5 minutes or whether it's just 5 seconds, that will help you reduce that cortisol and it will help you focus more even without that caffeine. So that's tip number 2. Resist the urge to dive right into the chaos. Give yourself a moment to pull back. And here's another reason why that's important. Some of you have heard me talk about the Barks doggy law before. Anyone? So this is one of my top performing podcast episodes on the Caffeine at Midnight podcast. There's something called the Yerkes-Dodson law, but we're going to call it the Barks doggy law because I'm a dog person. And one cute little dog perks me up and boosts my mood, kind of like a cup of coffee. But 50 dogs all yapping and biting and fighting, it's no longer cheering me up, right? It's stressing me out. And that's because in this law, your performance improves with increasing stimulation to a point. And then you become overstimulated and you perform worse. This is why sleep-deprived truck drivers did better when they had less caffeine because they didn't fall off that curve. My job is to help people get to that peak of that curve with stimulation and performance before falling off that cliff. That's what I help people do. And these tiny tricks like taking a break before the chaos, that's just a very small example of these tricks that I give you in my workshops. So let's talk about this last decision, the 3 p.m. slump, coffee or social media. Now that might seem like an odd choice, but I want you to think about this. Think about something that you're passionate about, something that makes you so animated and hyped up because you enjoy talking about it so much. Feel that energy that you get when you talk about something that you're passionate about. For me, it's caffeine and energy drinks, obviously. When I'm doing talks like this, I don't have any caffeine because I know that will make me fall off the hump because I'm way too passionate about it to add caffeine on top of it. So when you hit that 3 p.m. slump, one of the best things you can do is take a tiny break to do something that you're passionate about. whether it's going on Instagram and watching rehabilitated seals being released into the ocean, or watching puppies play at daycare. You notice there's a dog theme, but finding a moment to do something that you're passionate about can help you combat that 3 p.m. slump. Again, when I worked in a bar, I was exhausted all the time because I worked a vampire shift. During my lunch breaks at the bar, I would work on my energy drink book, the energy drink book that I would later go on to publish in 2013. That passion that I was able to cherish during my lunch breaks helped me get through the rest of my awful shifts working in the bar. So find those tiny breaks to celebrate something that you're passionate about, and you can feel that energy with less caffeine. Now, notice I'm saying with less caffeine. I never advocate for quitting caffeine or drinking caffeine. Specifically, I help people drink caffeine strategically. So we talked about that curve, right? The curve in stimulation and performance. If you have the same drink or the same cup of coffee every single day for every single situation, you'll more likely have more caffeine than you need. So what I help people do is we find these little tricks throughout the day to boost your mood and your energy, and I will give you options. If you're this tired, maybe try this energy drink or this type of coffee. If you're this tired, I'm sorry, you have to go to sleep. There's no amount of caffeine that can save you. So for every level of fatigue, there is a strategic, proportionate response. And that's how I help people beat burnout with caffeine science. Thank you.
Oh, very cool.